You thought the Gibb brothers just sang in high-pitched voices and wore white suits. But in the darkness of the recording studio, they operated like a musical mafia cartel, secretly writing the biggest hits of your idols. These are the anthems made famous by others that actually belong to the absolute masters of the decade. Number 12. Olivia Newton-John. Come On, Over. A sweet country ballad. They sold it to you as the ultimate breakthrough for country music's golden blonde.
If my life gets like a jigsaw.
It was actually a corporate rescue mission. The Bee Gees recorded it first, but it came and went without a trace. So, they handed the sheet music over to Olivia to save her career.
I need you, come on out.
Not only did she use the track to climb into the top 5, but she also named her entire album after it, a legalized robbery that proved their absolute corporate power. The industry doesn't reward the original creator. It rewards the perfect face who knows how to sell the emotion on camera and follow the producer's orders. And that very same manipulation worked by hiding voices in the mix. Number 11. Samantha sang Emotion. The romantic smash hit that swept the radio dial, a female voice caressing every single note with surgical precision.
It's over and done, but the heartache lives on.
Sang was the perfect puppet. The brothers handed her this gem right in the middle of the disco fever, but they knew she lacked that final hook to make it big.
It's just emotion that's taking me over.
The dirtiest secret of the recording hides right in the chorus. That high-pitched falsetto in the background isn't Samantha, it's Barry Gibb himself, singing hidden in the track. You fell in love with a ghost. The true magic of the song was always the creator pulling the strings from the shadows without anyone even absolute control that would soon point towards soul royalty. Number 10. Diana Ross. Chain Reaction. The supreme diva urgently needed a lifeline, so she wouldn't fade away. The Gibb brothers built her this custom-made rhythm and blues missile, dictating exactly how she needed to breathe in every single measure. It hit number 1 in England, posing as a personal triumph, but the brothers' sonic footprint completely crushed the performer, straight to total resentment in the studio. Number 9. Dionne Warwick. Heartbreaker. The grand, triumphant return of a black music legend. Everyone celebrated her supposedly flawless commercial vision. Dionne was absolutely disgusted by the song. She considered it soulless commercial garbage and flat out refused to record it during the studio sessions. The brothers pressured her into singing it. The track put her right back on top, but Barry confessed years later that he deeply regretted not keeping it for himself. The songwriter's ego always competes with the performer's success. It hurts to see your own child make someone who hates it shine so bright. Sometimes, an initial rejection opens unexpected doors for others. Number 8. Yvonne Elliman. If I Can't Have You. Yvonne threw a fit because she desperately wanted to sing How Deep Is Your Love. They forced her to swallow her tantrum and record this supposed consolation prize, just to get her off their backs. The throwaway track became her first solo #1 hit. The irony was brutal, as this imposed whim actually ended her own boss's historic streak of consecutive #1 hits. Number 7. Kenny Rogers. You and I. The country cowboy gambling on a danceable groove, a strange mix that worked perfectly on 1980s radio. Rogers knew his genre was stagnating. He went back to begging the Gibb brothers for help after his last massive triumph, desperate not to lose his relevance with younger audiences.
And if you got no one and you just walk in the night.
The chemistry was manufactured in a lab. The irresistible groove only worked because Barry, Robin, and Maurice stood right behind him, marking the exact rhythm with their falsettos. A rustic icon saved by the kings of disco. Musical borders simply don't exist when you need to keep a declining commercial career afloat.
From one lover to another.
But before we get into the heaviest tracks, remember this. In the 1970s studio sessions, the producer was an untouchable god. If the star didn't like the lyrics, the exit door was always wide open. Let's keep going. Number 6. Barbra Streisand. Woman in Love. The monumental ballad that cemented the undisputed diva, the sound of female empowerment at its absolute peak for the era. The recording studio was a literal war zone. Barbra wanted to change the song's structure however she pleased, and Barry stopped her dead in her tracks, threatening to shelve the whole project. The producer broke the most difficult star in the industry. The track became the singer's biggest hit, but the Gibbs left their humiliating signature by hiding their own harmonies in the background vocals. Immense talent always comes with a fierce arrogance. History's greatest anthems are just the scars of ego clashes that almost ended in fistfights. From that battle of egos, we jump to a wide-open collaboration. Number 5. Celine Dion. Immortality. The Canadian diva, destroying microphones with her untouchable power. But this time, the writers didn't want to stay hidden in the dark of the control room. Barry, Robin, and Maurice stepped into the spotlight. They composed this gem and forced the world to watch how their background vocals held up the structure for the greatest singer of her generation, straight back to the original laboratory. Number 4. Yvonne Elliman. Love Me. The intimate springboard that established a warm voice. The necessary, reflective pause before the fluorescent madness of the dance floors.
I remember times, my love, when we really had it all.
The song was just supposed to be filler for the brothers' own album. Barry decided to give it away as a cold experiment to test if his sound worked in other people's throats.
Love me, please. Oh, just a little bit longer.
He turned Yvonne into his perfect lab rat. The intimate performance opened the doors to massive success, right before the trio completely detonated the global dance market. In music, sometimes you're the untouchable artist, and other times you're just the crash test dummy for a bored genius at the mixing console.
Love me, please. Oh, just a little bit longer.
An experiment that led them to compete directly against themselves. Number 3. Tavares. More Than a Woman. The seductive groove that set the pulse for the greatest dance movie in history. Pure Saturday night fever distilled into vinyl. It's the most ridiculous case of commercial cannibalism of the decade. The brothers wrote the gem and recorded it for the movie, but they refused to let go of their monopoly on the business. They handed the exact same damn sheet music to the group Tavares. They duplicated the song on the very same soundtrack, competing against themselves in an act of absolute creative arrogance just to corner the market. When you own the board, you get to play with all the pieces. They cornered the audience, making sure they collected royalties no matter which version the radio stations chose to play. A level of hoarding that became completely sickening with another legend. Number 2. Frankie Valli, Greece. The definitive anthem of leather jacket and hair grease teenage rebellion, the glorious return of the man who invented high-pitched pop singing. Valli contributed absolutely zero art to this masterpiece. Barry Gibb locked himself away in solitude and recorded a home demo that was sickeningly perfect in every single sonic detail. They just demanded the veteran singer mimic the demo like a trained parrot. The track conquered the #1 spot worldwide, laying the groundwork for a masterstroke mistake in the country genre. The industry makes you believe in miraculous comebacks for faded glories. The truth is, a washed-up idol is easy to use as a puppet if you hand them a fully solved script. And that mastery of resurrecting the dead paved the way for the ultimate swindle. Number 1. Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, Islands in the Stream.
Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown.
The most beloved and iconic duo in country music. The declaration of love sung by two untouchable legends of the American market.
Hold me closer and I feel no pain every beat of my...
This whole thing was an accident born out of pure frustration. The brothers wrote the song as a slow, heavy rhythm and blues track designed exclusively for the soulful voice of Marvin Gaye. Marvin flat out rejected it. Rogers spent 4 days locked in a room, hating the track, and only Dolly Parton's desperate intervention saved the project, transforming a black R&B throwaway into the biggest white country classic. You consume these legends thinking they controlled their own destiny, but the greatest triumph of their lives was just a miscalculation, recycled by the hidden kings of pop. Every song has a hidden history, just like this, full of hidden truths, deceptions, and creators in the shadows. Let's keep exploring them together.